Movie Inspire, presenting A Nightmare on Elm Street. At the beginning of the story, we see a boy named Dean, who is drinking coffee continuously while sitting in the diner. When his coffee is over, he follows the waiter to the kitchen, where we see the hand of a man whose nails are like iron bars. He attacks Dean, and in the next instance, Dean opens his eyes, who was sitting in the restaurant. Actually, he was slept for a few moments. At that very moment he had a dream, and when Dean looks at his hand he sees that the injury, which he had suffered in the dream, is in his hand. Actually, this is the reason that he is drinking coffee again and again to not sleep, because as soon as he sleeps, a shadow comes in his dream who wants to kill him. Here Dean's friend Kris comes to meet him. He tells Kris everything about what is happening to him. He didn't sleep for many days. Kris thinks that he is hallucinating. Dean says that this is not a joke, it all started in childhood, and accidentally dropped coffee on Kris. When Kris goes to the washroom to clean her clothes, Dean falls asleep once again. As he sleeps, that shadow once again appears in front of Dean, and this time he kills Dean. Everyone thinks that Dean has killed himself, while Dean is killed by the same shadow that comes in his dreams. When Kris goes to Dean's funeral, there he sees a childhood photo of himself and Dean in which they are playing near the swing. Seeing this photo, Kris is completely shocked, as she had never met Dean before high school, and tells the same thing to her ex-boyfriend Jesse. She tells Jesse that, when Dean was killing himself, he was repeatedly saying that you are a dream, you cannot come true. I am quite sure that someone else has done something to Dean, but Jesse says that all this is in your mind, and then a girl named Nancy comes there, and she tells Kris that I believe in your words. But Jesse does not let Kris listen to Nancy's words and takes her away from there. When Kris comes to her house, she goes to the storeroom where she starts looking at things from her childhood. There was this doll whose clothes are badly torn by someone. And the very next moment there is the same shadow comes who killed Dean. He catches Kris and says, "Maybe you forgot me." At the same time, Kris wakes up. Actually, it was a dream. The shadow who was Dean's nightmare earlier, the reason that he did not sleep, now it has become Kris's nightmare. When Kris goes to school the next day, she sleeps in the class, and the next moment the same shadow appears in front of her. But before he kills Kris, Kris wakes up screaming and runs from the class. When Kris is in her room at night, Jesse comes over there. She tells Jesse that whenever I sleep a shadow comes in my dream who tries to kill me. Jesse asks whether his hands are like knives. Kris is shocked to hear this. In fact, Jesse also has similar dreams. Kris is very scared. That's why she asks Jesse to stay with her. At night, when both of them are sleeping, then once again the same shadow comes in dreams who lifts Kris in the air. Jesse is watching everything but can't help Kris. That shadow kills Kris. Jesse gets scared seeing everything, and he runs to Nancy's house. Tells her that Kris was killed by someone. He says that you know something about this because you were trying to talk to Kris about it. Nancy tells him that I also have frequent nightmares in which I can hear songs. There is a name in this song, and that name is Freddie. Jesse tells her not to sleep or else he will kill you too. Now when Jesse comes out of Nancy's house, he got caught by the police because he is accused of killing Kris. Jesse doesn't want to sleep in jail, but he falls asleep. After sleeping, he finds himself in an unknown place, and there were young children of 5 years old who were watching him, and then there comes the same shadow who killed Kris and Dean, whose face is burnt, nails are like knives, and now this shadow kills Jesse too. At the same time, we see Nancy, who went to meet her boyfriend Quentin, the one who is taking tablets for not sleeping because he is also having similar dreams. Nancy asks her mom if she have any connection with Dean, Kris, Jesse or Quentin. Maybe we were in the same school when we're young, but her mom refuses. Nancy then goes to the bath where she falls asleep, and after sleeping she finds herself in a preschool, where the same shadow comes in front of her. He tells her that you may have forgotten me, but you were my favorite, your smell is different. Then Quentin's phone call comes and she woke. She tells Quentin that I saw the same shadow in my dream. Quentin comes to Nancy, where Nancy tells him that, I think my mother is hiding something from me, and when they check the old stuff in the house, they find the old photo of Nancy's school, and in that photo, they see Nancy, Quentin, Jesse, Dean, Kris are all together, but they don't remember anything because at that time they were very young. Nancy's mom also comes there and she tells that when you were in school there was a gardener named Freddie who loved all the children very much and used to play a lot with everyone. Nancy was his favorite, but gradually all the children started becoming silent. There were wounds on their body because Freddie was physically molesting all the kids. Because of that, their mental health was deteriorating. When all the parents came to know about this, Freddie left the city forever. Nancy searches the internet for all the children studying in preschool with her. Nancy learns that everyone has died while sleeping. Only Nancy and Quentin are left. On the other hand, Quentin has not slept for some days. He falls asleep while swimming and he finds himself in an unknown place, where he sees that the parents of all the children are following Freddie. Freddie goes inside a factory and all the parents burn down that factory, due to which Freddie also burnt till death. Quentin learns the reason for Freddie's death, so Quentin goes to his father with Nancy and tells him that you killed an innocent. We were all very young at that time. Maybe we lied, we don't remember anything about it. His father says that all that was true. We saw Freddie's fear in your eyes. Quentin says that according to us, he used to take us to a secret place, which you never got to know. Saying this, both of them leave from there and go to a chemist shop, where Quentin wants to take medicine of sleeplessness for himself, but the chemist refuses to give him that medicine. Nancy, who has not slept for many days, falls asleep. As soon as she sleeps, Freddie comes in front of her and attacks her, but Freddie does not want to kill her yet. That's why he tells her to wake up. When Nancy's eyes open, she sees that she has a piece of Freddie's sweater in her hand, which has come from the dream world to the real world. Nancy got injured, that's why she is taken to the hospital, where the doctor wants to give her a sleep injection, but Nancy refuses. At the same time, we see Quentin, who stole the adrenaline from the hospital for staying awake. The same doctor tells Nancy's mother that, your daughter has not slept for several days, we have to give her an injection for her. And when they went to Nancy to give an injection, they see that Nancy is not there. In fact, she and Quentin together ran away from the hospital. Quentin takes an adrenaline injection that was stolen from the hospital. Nancy does not take the injection. Now both of them reach the playschool where they used to study in their childhood to do an investigation. There they find Freddie's room. They found out the secret place also where he physically abused all these children. After going inside, they find some photos which make them believe that Freddie was the criminal. Nancy tells Quentin that, I brought a piece of his sweater from the dream world to the real world, so I can bring him too, but for this, I have to sleep. When you see me struggling in my sleep, wake me up so that I can bring him from the world of dreams to the world of reality, and we can put an end to it. After this, Nancy falls asleep and goes to the world of her dreams, but soon after she sleeps, Quentin also falls asleep because he had not slept for many days. When Quentin goes to the dream world, Freddie follows Quentin and injures him terribly, but before he kills Quentin, Nancy arrives there. Nancy distracts him and now Freddie starts going after Nancy. This whole world belongs to Freddie. That's why he can do anything here. Nancy is unable to run away from him and sees that she is completely forced on a bed and she feels as if her hands and feet are tied. Nancy's clothes also change. Her body has the same clothes that she used to wear in her childhood and playschool. Freddie tells her, this is my favorite dress, tells her that I woke you up to the last so that you can stay awake forever. Now you will go into a coma in real life so that you can always be here with me. I am your boyfriend now. At the same time in the real world, Quentin wakes up and tries very hard to wake up Nancy, but she could not wake up from her sleep. That's why the adrenaline injection he puts in her heart and she wakes up. And with her awakening, Freddie also enters the real world where Quentin tried to attack Freddie, but Freddie is too powerful, so he goes to kill Quentin, but before he kills Quentin, Nancy cuts his hand off as well as attacks his neck, which leads to his death. After this, both of them burn this place and get out of there. The police and ambulance have also arrived. Quentin is put inside the ambulance, but Freddie's dead body was missing. After that, Nancy comes home with her mom, and at the same time, Freddie comes from inside of the mirror. Seeing this, Nancy screams and Freddie kills Nancy's mom and takes her inside the mirror. With this, The story ends here. This movie was released in 2010. IMDb rating is 5.2. The budget of this movie was $35 million and earned $117.7 million at the box office. Hope you liked this story. Like and subscribe. May look simple for you, but for us, it's very valuable.